Well, tonight I wanted to do a little something different. Of course, I was going over Mr. Arm, Hair, Nective, Armchair, Hective, whatever the hell his name is. I can't say detective because he's not a detective. Maybe he's like, oh, I got a good one. He could be just like Ace Ventura. We got the Armchair Victoria. Pet Dick. Detective. Oh, sorry. Whoops. Sorry for my naughty language. Um, in all seriousness, I figured I'd go over this case that he's doing. And, oh man, just the way he rambled on about this and that and that and this and got me scratching my head because he was just rambling on about the most idiotic stuff. And of course, I like to go over cases too, get my thoughts and theories in, but of course, mine will always be different. And I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'll find this person. Of course, I like to say to everybody, I'm just here to only give ideas, thoughts, and theories. That's it. Ideas, thoughts, theories. And my thoughts on this case and theories are way more different than any of the investigation. And I've done videos on this and people out in Colorado area. All out there, I believe, has the biggest, highest, not only UFO sightings, but skinwalker sightings. And one day, hopefully one day, I get myself out there to the Skinwalker Ranch, or close enough to it. So I'll tell you, I got my own thoughts and theories on that too. And I'm dying to catch my own skinwalker on camera. But I think with my Native American blood that I feel that I have in me, and I still got to figure out which tribes I got to go through. Like I say, I have the corny New York Native American hanging over my head, also Canadian blood. But anyways, and I think I could come in face to face with a skinwalker with no problem. That's what I think. Two minds think alike. And it's all about protecting sacred land. That's all that needs to be said for that. But, I'm still here, Puck. Over here. Real back. But anyways, and my thoughts and theories on this case, because I went through it now. Of course, the husband is always a suspect. Of course, the guy that wrote this article on it says how the husband talked about his wife in an interview, also saying when somebody says, oh, there's usually strong emotion, there's fear, maybe there's some sympathy behind it. It's kind of odd way to open up with, and then he uses if you can find her, if she is out there. Which I didn't hear that in the video. I heard if you have her, or if you can find her, if she's out there. I don't think I heard if she's out there, but get over here. Come on. But whatever the case may be, they're saying that odd moments, Barry Morpheu's statement, particularly in places where he pauses, generally means he said that the speaker is gathering his thoughts, which I said in the other friggin' video with that psychic, the Mr. Detective Pet Dick Frick, whatever the hell his name is, Armchair, Arm Hair. I was having that lady and she was rolling her eyes, right? And she was, that's somebody's trying to think of something and put it in perspective. That's when you know somebody's lying. This guy seemed very genuine to me, but I will not rule him out as a prime suspect. Because lately you've been getting a lot of people and husbands making wives disappear lately. Oh, like Christopher Waltz, right? Dickhead. But of course, I mean, he was more sincere in his video. So I kind of don't think that he had anything to do with his wife missing, but I will not rule him out. Now bear with me. Find my plug. I'll be right back after this brief message. So, as I'm back in here and back over there and over there, over here. Hold on a sec, over here, wait a minute. Anyways, like I said, I will not rule him out as a suspect, but I believe, don't have any whereabouts of his wife. I mean, if you want to read all that and pause the video and check out what the person says, but the sincerity of it all, to me, I don't think he had nothing to do with it. Now, there's been many multiple serial killers out that way. And rightfully one could be one right now. But also, as we check out the lay of the land, and as you can see, County Road 225, way up here, Colorado, Maysville. So everybody gets a picture. I still have to do a little more investigating on this because there's a river that runs and there's mountains. And there's a lot of forest, national forest, Native American forest, Navajo Nation, trust land, Albuquerque, New Mexico. And also a story I cover a lot of, Jim Sullivan, where he went to Santa Rosa, was traveling to do a record something, to get like a record deal or something. Stopped there at Santa Rosa, drove I think 25 miles back or something to a farm and ends up missing back in 1969. And he's the one that had the album UFO. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of stuff if you want to check out my Jim Sullivan stories about what I found out in this story. But as you can see, straight here, straight up, that's where she lived, in that vicinity right there. Not only that, and I like to always show this. Now, it could not be true. She could have been kidnapped. Husband could have had something, but I always like to think of the also opportunity of this. And I believe this is right around here, where it says Navajo Nation off reservation trust land. Somewhere up in this part off to your left, Skinwalker Ranch. So she is very close to home in a wide radius. It is, wide radius, but this is Skinwalker land, people. Don't forget that. As you can see, all the forest, Navajo there, Navajo over there. And I believe my thoughts and theories, maybe, and she is close to a mountain up there where that red dot is too. So that puts in the truth of a theory of mountains, Native Americans also. And it sucks to say, stuff like that could happen. But I mean, I could be wrong. These are not facts. But I always, always check the lay of the land, especially out in this area. And when someone always comes up missing, just like my Kenny Veach story in the M caves. And I always say now that in finding out here in Massachusetts at Fort Devens base, Mirror Lake in Fort Devens used to have a mountain there, and all of a sudden there's no depth in the water. The mountain got sucked down overnight. Native Americans woke up the next morning to their mountain gone. So what does live beneath us? And out here in Massachusetts, it also is a UFO sighting place where it came out of the river and went by a passing car over a bridge. I have to get out to that spot sometime. I have to try and get out there. It's a long drive, 2-hour drive, I think, hour and a half, so I gotta try and get out there soon, though, because I've been meaning to get out there. But yeah, it's just busy times right now. Like I say, I always gotta scope the land around, and when it comes up like this, very strongly close to skinwalker dwellings, I always throw that in there for an idea, because I'm telling you, the way the world is revolving right now and the way the United States is, especially here in Massachusetts, is disturbing land by building. And I still got to bring up this man's name, and I keep forgetting to, but he said Navajos made skinwalkers to defend and keep their sacred land from enemies to getting on it. And I stopped the video right there. That's all I needed to hear. They were made for the enemy. That's why I think if I go in there with my blood and my thoughts and my theories, which they'd read your thoughts, I could probably get a piece and tell them I'm telling my stories, because I too, and this is where you can call me crazy, but when I was a teenager, and I've been thinking about a lot of it lately, is I had a dream that I went to a junkyard, and I was in a fucking Ford Pinto, mind you, and this man told me, do not cross that chain at the end of the junkyard. Me and 2 other guys like, what's the matter? What's out there? Just don't do it. What do? I go out there, drive. I did stupidly. I went to turn around just to look to see. It was all open desert. I pulled my damn front of the car under the chain, backed up, turned around, and said, forget that. You know, we wanted 2 guys like, let's go out there. I was like, no way. But where I stuck the nose of the car out there, turned around, the junkyard filled up with water. The car filled up with water. We got out. We were swimming. We were able to grab onto some rope that was hanging or some chains, and these damn dogs started jumping out. And they looked like Doberman pinchers, but right, their skin was all deteriorated. They were cut in half. They had no bodies at the bottom, but they were deteriorated at the top. And they were trying to bite me off the rope, and I was hanging. And then I woke up out of the dream, but I was young. And I had another story with another mangled dog coming out of the woods. And I got a short story I wrote on that one. But my man Dave from Vermont, recommended that he probably had skinwalker dreams. And when I started looking into the skinwalker stories, it all made sense. So I've been communicating with these things for some damn reason. But then again, I lived in Air, Massachusetts. Air was a huge gathering, and even the King Philip War passed through, and Metacom and his tribe and band of warriors passed through my backyard in Air. There's a lot of natives in Air, Mass, especially in Nipmucks. So I can honestly say Just like Jim Morrison, I might have came across the Native American spirit. Who knows? It could be my guide in life. So I've always had an inspirational look into Native Americans. And I can see why now. But believe it or not, believe that story or not about the skinwalker, I had them. And I'll never forget them. They are so vague into my brain and burned into my brain that I can never forget that unless I get Alzheimer's. But I can remember it like it was yesterday. And that's what I say. If you don't watch the land and respect it right, you can get sucked up by these things, honestly. So it's just a thought and theory, folks. And the way I see it, I always look at the lay of the land, and when I see this, and I know that skinwalkers rule that territory. And they haven't found the body yet. I don't know if there's any body been found yet. Could even be rightfully goddamn extraterrestrial living in the mountains. But I'm going to do more searching on that. I got to find out what was around that mountain. And whenever there's a Native American tribe, whenever there's UFO sightings, whenever there's a Bigfoot or a skinwalker, there's always Native American dwelling around. And I got an interesting story that I found out today about this yard and this area I live in. And oh man, perfect sense of the spirits that roam around here now. And I gotta look more to the history of this land that I walk on right now. So until that next video, people, be safe, take care, and don't worry, I'm gonna get back on some more armchair band hair. Whatever the hell his name is. I wonder what his real name is. Cheerio? Chap? Alright. Y'all be safe, take care. Out.